Hey ladies, it's me, Brandy. I'm hopping on today and I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my heart with you ladies today. I'm sharing with you guys about my fourth pregnancy, how it's been going. Right now I am right at 32 weeks. So when you hear me breathing heavily on this video, because I literally feel like I can't breathe when I get on video. This baby is sitting like right on my diaphragm, so I like take these huge deep breaths. But that's why I'm making this video today, you guys, is I'm going to be hopping on, just sharing with you the whole experience, kind of just giving you a little behind the scenes look of a fourth pregnancy. So I've actually had a really good pregnancy overall, super healthy. Everything's been going really great. Like I said, it's a girl, and she's sitting right on top of my diaphragm. So shortness of breath is real, it's happening, and it's more just because of her position right now. I just got out of my 32-week appointment yesterday. So she looked great and so excited. You guys know how it is at the end, especially like when you're right here, when it's like physically you look like you're about to give birth, but yet you still have, 8 more weeks to go, which when I say it like that, it seems like such a far away. But then when I kind of break it down and I'm like, well, I only really have 8 more Mondays and I'm going to have a baby. It's like when you put it like that, it's like, okay, we're going to be fine. So I kind of want to share with you guys just some of the things that I went through, like with this fourth pregnancy, of my mindset of just being a mom. It's really interesting because if you guys would have asked me 5 years ago if I was going to have 4 kids, I would have literally looked at your face and been like laughing out loud, you are crazy. So let's just start with that right there of like, how does a person even get to the point of having 3 children or 4 children? It's just a journey. And honestly, I never, ever would have pictured my life in this situation. I mean, even when I turned 30, I never would have predicted this. But I think that's why it has turned out the way that it has. I knew after I had my 3rd baby, when I had my ultrasound and I found out it was a 3rd boy, I had this part of me that was like, I just knew that it wasn't my last baby, and it really didn't have anything to do with the gender. I promise you. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, we're having 3 boys. We're going to try that one more time for a girl. And that wasn't what it was. Like, I literally had this moment where I was like, and it was after my 3rd ultrasound and they told me it was a boy. It was that moment where me and my husband were driving home from the ultrasound together, and I couldn't say that it was my last one. Like, and I kid you not, people, after I had my 3rd one, people would be like, oh my gosh, you've got your hands full with all those boys. You've got to be done. You've got to be done. And then I would kind of sit there in silence and be like, I don't know if I'm done. Like, I don't know if I am, because I don't know. And if you're a mom, you may relate to this. Let me know in the comments. Like, you have those moments where and so I know for sure that this is my last baby. I have that feeling. I have that peace that has came over me. And when I was pregnant with my 3rd, I did not have that. And then even after I had my 3rd, me and my husband had another moment where we went up and we went through all of our baby stuff together. And we went up to our storage and we went through everything. And I was just sobbing. And I'm like, I can't get rid of anything right now. I can't do it. So those were like little things that I was like, but don't get me wrong. I wasn't sitting there like, I'm having a 4th baby. Like, my hands were extremely full. So I think that's a thing that all moms go through, is they're just like, okay, my hands are really full. My life is really big. And, that was something that I for sure went through. So it was like, I've already got enough going on. I don't need to add another one to the mix. But that's not how our brains work once we're moms and we're pregnant. Like, we're not like, oh, I'm too busy to have another baby. so even like getting up to that point of deciding that we were going to try for a fourth one, it was still very like, we'll see what happens. Like, that's what we kept saying is we'll see what happens. We'll see. But also with that being said, I knew that there was like this tiny window that it was even going to be a we'll see. Like if too much more time would have passed, I don't foresee it that I'm 35 and I was once there was like a little opening for it, and if it happened, then it happened, and it did. So we're on to baby number 4. So once I found out I was pregnant, I immediately got the genetic testing. I've had the genetic testing with my last 2. It all came out correct on the sex of the baby. So I knew at 8 weeks that I was having a girl. And you guys, when I opened the email to see what the results were, we had company at our house. So that kind of dampened the mood a little bit because I couldn't like fully celebrate and sob like I wanted to, just because it was just such a cool moment. And honestly, my pregnancy, with my 4th pregnancy, the biggest challenge that I've personally had is obviously I would say it's more on the physical side, where it's just like you have so much to do and you have so much to take care of. And, so when you're going through your first trimester, which when I went through my first trimester, I get morning sickness. I felt like crap. I kind of fell out of my daily routine, which I hate because I love my daily routines. So but I didn't feel good. I mean, for the first 12 weeks, I did not feel good. But when it's your 4th rodeo, it's like, you're going to snap out of this right after 12 weeks. I snapped right out of it after 12 weeks. And then you have that window of time where it's just, pure joy, which is a wonderful time for a pregnant woman. If she's lucky enough to get over her morning sicknesses. I had that. And then it's like right when you get at 28 weeks, right when you get at 28 weeks, you start experiencing another physical discomfort, which for me is more just, I'm very short. I'm a very short woman. I carry the babies really high. So of course it just kind of comes down to some of my physical stuff, like my tummy, or the baby sitting on my diaphragm. I have struggle breathing, sleeping. I get pregnancy insomnia. So I'm up at night. But with that being said, my husband's like, Bernie, you go to bed really early. And I'm like, yeah, I do. So I'm getting plenty of sleep. But I don't like being up at night when everyone else is sleeping. I don't like that, but it's just part of the drill. And not only that, I honestly think pregnancy insomnia is kind of like preparing you for just going back into that stage where you're going to be up with your baby. And I've always really liked that stage, you guys. And I think it's just because I'm a breastfeeding mom. So when I breastfeed, it just, to me, it's so magical. And I mean, honestly, breastfeeding is probably one of the reasons why also that I have ended up with 4 children. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really excited. I'm at the end. And like I said, physically, and now with having the kids, I have some more fears than I've probably had before, because to me, now that I have all my other kids, I have a lot of other responsibilities. Like I have a 9-year-old. So, things with my 9-year-old, he has tons of activities going on. And then I'm in this physical state, and then I have 2 other very small children. So physically, it's a high demand, job. And I feel physically handicapped right now. Not 100%, but I just am not 100% like being able to run across the gymnasium after my 18-month-old. So, sprinting pregnant woman going across the gym, which has just happened to me recently. So that's why I laugh about that. And then I'm like breathing heavily, where people are like, oh my God, is she okay? Yes, I promise you I'm okay. So, honestly, the whole thing has been really magical, and I'm at the end. So the end is near. So I have just lots of great chapters coming up ahead of me, and I'm I couldn't be more excited. And I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on everything and share. And just so you know, I love making videos. I will always love making videos. I'm in a really interesting season right now, just juggling it all, and I'm actually just really enjoying it. So thanks for watching today, ladies.